ideas and opinions expressed in the Black Shirt podcast are not necessarily the ideas and opinions of our sponsors.
We're back!
Yeah, that's right, motherfucker.
It's the Black Shirt Podcast
Watch yourself.
with Clint Baker
And Dirk Gage. Derek Boisjat.
Dirk.
Hey.
How you feeling today, Dirk?
Dog shit. Feel like crap.
You feeling like dog shit?
Yeah, I feel like a whole dumpster rolled over me.
Dude, you look like a dumpster full of money, like $1 million.
That's a fun thing to say about a person.
A dumpster fire of coins.
Oh, I feel
That's
really
where
bad.
all the coins went, right there.
Fucking coin shortage
Yes.
of 2020. Just when you thought it couldn't get any worse.
Yeah. What else? I think we're gonna go into space credits or something.
Oh, do we? Do we have something? Oh, you mean in the future?
That's why we don't need coins anymore.
Ethereum or
Yeah.
Bitcoin.
Bitcoin.
Bitcoin. Michelle Kwan. What's
What?
up? Yeah.
So whoa! I might just hit the.
I'm gonna try really hard not to shit my pants this episode.
Yeah, don't do that. I mean,
real rough.
Yeah.
I feel like hot dog shit. I am not feeling good. Oh well,
well,
we'll be
gang,
fine.
we're off to a good start. So we want to do what we do, which is ask you to like, share, subscribe, all the stuff.
Beg you for attention on social media.
Yeah, please.
God,
Please.
push the key,
Please.
flex your finger muscle, and poke the button that says alert or
Yes.
whatever. Do it. I don't know what any of them do.
If
I don't
you-
do it. I never do it. They're always like and share, and I never do.
If you're not following us yet, go ahead and on our Facebook page, please follow us.
That one works.
And if you're on our YouTube page watching, please subscribe, hit the notification bell so we can let you know about future videos.
Instagram, follow us on
Yeah.
there.
And if you're just listening, keep listening.
Yeah,
'cause
sure,
You
that
can
counts.
also get us on
Spotify.
Tidal.
No,
No, not
never.
Tidal.
I'll be dead in the fucking ground before I'm on Tidal. I don't care.
Ooh, we
I don't
got-
care if they offer us $1 million. I'll be like,
we
nah.
got-
It's a matter of
Which
principle.
it would be weird as
I don't know why I hate it so much. I
I don't
just
know.
don't like it.
It'll be weird being on Tidal with a new co-host for $1 million.
Yeah, right. You have like a fucking cardboard cutout of me sitting there
For $1 million?
just shopping. You'll do me like Chef on South Park, where you just use all my old audio clips to make me talk during the show.
Do they do that?
Oh yeah, the last episode with Chef, they take all of his previous audio because he wouldn't do the show because it was something about Scientology. I think he was pissed off because they like made fun of Scientology.
Oh wow.
Isaac Hayes is a big Scientologist. And so the episode where they kill Chef off, they didn't have any dialogue for him, so they just chopped up all of his old audio to make him say. And so he would say like weird non sequitur shit where he would just be like, "Hello there, children. I don't know."
I'm sure they hammed it up too to make it.
Yeah,
more,
they made it
more
really bad.
ridiculous.
It made
Yeah.
it really ridiculous.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, and he'd just be like, "I'm gonna make love to this sandwich," and it was just like, yeah, it was really fucking bizarre. But I imagine that's what you'll do to me when Tidal inevitably offers you the $1 million
It'll
deal.
be $1 million for sure.
Oh, eat your
Yes.
fucking shorts,
So-
Joe Rogan.
So do all the liking and sharing and subscribing and all that stuff.
Yeah.
So,
Or don't. I mean,
or
we
don't,
want
yeah.
you to, but we know you won't. It's
Yeah.
fine. I'm not gonna hold it against you.
it helps pay for all of the things when we
Yeah.
get the more subscribers.
Eventually, we'll get a goddamn Keeps.
I'll get tens of cents.
Get a sponsorship. I'm trying to get a motherfucking sponsorship.
Yeah, well, we got an exciting show today.
Lots of stuff to talk
Yes,
about.
we're going to be talking about the fandom that we didn't cover.
Mm-mm.
Batman. There was a new
Little more.
thing. Ghostbusters, Fast and Furious, Kenobi.
F9, as I've been calling it. I can't wait
F9.
for F9.
F9.
F9
Let's see
yourself.
here. Yeah, there was talk about a Mace Windu thing, Squadrons video, Mandalorian trailer. That's exciting. The F9 trailer. We're gonna watch
And
that.
then a fuck
and-
ton of stuff about Tiger King.
Yeah, so it's gonna be fun. So let's get into it.
Dive right in with right out of the gate. Our number one item is
Is boom.
It's
Yeah,
the
DC
fandom.
Fandom. We didn't. Like I said,
I did. I tried.
You tried?
yeah,
I had to work and I was busy and I just didn't get around.
It was
to
really lackluster in comparison to the first week. I think they really kind of blew their wad on the first
Yeah.
fandom because it was like, here's a fucking Black Adam teaser and here's some
Whoa.
fucking Suicide Squad trailer and a fucking Batman trailer and all this other shit. And it's like, okay, great. What are you guys gonna follow that with? And they were like, here's Batman poster that
We're
came
just
out-
gonna keep
came out.
celebrating how badass we are. 'Cause
Right, how good
dude,
the first week
Warner
was.
Brothers is real seriously kicking ass right now. Like, there's a lot of good stuff.
Yeah.
Like a lot of
I
good content.
couldn't believe that fucking Legends of Tomorrow got a 6th season. That's such a fucking... If you told 12-year-old me that Firestorm and Rip Hunter were going to get 6 seasons on primetime television, I'd have been like, no way.
I didn't Is it prime time?
I don't know. There's no time in
Is that
2020.
is
There's no
that-
time, therefore there can be no prime.
Yeah.
But I mean, 6 seasons is not a joke. Like,
Why was that not ever a tagline for like Optimus Prime? It's prime time.
should have
And, like,
been for
yeah.
sure. That would have been a great
Autobots
transform
roll
and
out
roll out,
in the new Ford F-100 series.
turn into a truck, and then turn into the president. Mine was better. Your Jetsons kills every time though. Hey, it's Brian. Hey, Brian.
So well, we got
Movies and TV.
Lots of good stuff this week.
a lot of good stuff there.
Yeah,
So
plenty
we
of
got
stuff to talk about.
First, they unveiled a new Batman poster that looks cool.
Yeah, and the big thing about this is it's the first like I mean, it's still a silhouette. It's still like a dark picture, but you get a really good profile of the suit.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that was probably like the biggest point of contention with the new movie was that the suit didn't look good, because that first picture we got was him on the motorcycle and everybody thought that was what the suit was going to look like. And I was kind of one of the only few people that was like, guys, he has a different hat for this motorcycle. Y'all know that, right? Like
That's a motorcycle helmet.
he has a motorcycle helmet for when he rides a fucking motorcycle. Duh. And he has a fucking helicopter helmet when he rides around in a helicopter. He's got bat everything.
Yeah.
So I think this is going to put a lot of people's minds at ease that if there was any doubt after that fucking trailer, that this is going to be good. This is going to be a fucking.
Dude, it looks dope.
Yeah, if you just saw this out of context and didn't know anything else about any of the stuff that was happening, you'd be like, "Damn, that looks fucking dope."
I'd be like,
For those of you who aren't watching, you can't see the picture, but you just Google the new Batman poster or watch us on YouTube or
I'd be
Facebook.
like, dude, why are Daredevil's horns so long?
It's really
I'm just
it's
kidding.
it's definitely got that. They used a lot more red, and I feel like that's
Yeah.
never been that's never been like one of the thematic colors of Batman before.
Yeah.
And this one, there's lots of stuff sneaking around out of this. I saw some stuff earlier today that they were like talking about the Joker, and the Joker's kind of hinted at in this film, so he's definitely going to be in like the second or the third one, which that's like a fucking 1,000 years from now. We might not even be alive. The fucking world might explode. But it's just, this is, I'd say this movie is becoming more and more promising with every little chunk of info that you get.
And I like the red and black is my jam. I got a red and black base. Pretty much everything red and black.
Sure. Yeah, and
I got red and black boxers.
Yeah, and Batman just, I don't know, red's not really like I mean, it is. It's like if you think about Robin and like all of the fucking 82 Robins and like there's lots of his villains like Red Hood and stuff like that. So like red is it works, but for him himself, red's very rarely used in the color palette. And this, I think, it contrasts well because it's meant to be like, I think the movie's meant to be very different. And
Yeah,
so
I think that's cool.
They're kind of like showing you like, yeah, this ain't your fucking mama's Batman, boy.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Well,
I'm stoked on this. I think the cowl looks great. Like the Batman's profile is also so distinct.
Yeah.
Like when you see him from the side, like looking off, it looks like he's looking off a building, like right here.
Yeah.
And
you know it's fucking bad.
yeah, and that's the thing is it's like I don't think there's any question. Hey, I don't think there's any question that this is Batman anymore. Was that a dry cough? Oh, I don't know. Is that a Rona joke?
No, I think that's a COVID joke.
Oh, that's what. So Rona. That's what
Oh,
I was-
Rona. I thought you said runner.
No, I was saying Roner.
Yeah, it's
Yeah, I'm coughing, man. What do you want? You want a piece of this, Phil? You want to go? So yeah, I mean, it's a long way to wait. What is it, October or some shit? It's a long time for this movie, but
you're the one who knows all the dates.
I think it's October 21st, if I was guessing, but
Yeah.
of 2021. But
If you're a Tibetan man.
if I were a Tibetan man, but it just goes. I mean, like, of the very little stuff that we've gotten out of this movie and the upcoming franchise, like, very promising. I would say, definitely worth the hype. So,
Cool.
yeah, so feel good about that. And it's not a lot, and the fandom thing was really just a kind of a rehash of all the rest of the.
It's October 1st, 2021.
I was close. I said 21st. Yeah, it's kind of a rehash, just kind of like, I guess, trying to keep people excited about stuff.
Yeah.
But
I'm excited. All I needed was that dude going back for seconds when he beat the shit out of that guy, and then he was like, Yeah, I'm not done because I'm still young and emotional, and I'm not quite as collected, you know. And he went back for those last couple of hits,
Yeah,
and I was like, that's gonna be a young, more impulsive Batman that's gonna get
I
scraped
would
off
like
the
to
sidewalk.
see more gadgetry too. If I had like my way, I would like to see him fucking grapple gun a dude in the chest and then fucking throw him off a building, like in the old one. You know what I mean? When he shoots that guy with the grapple gun.
I also like that Alfred is gonna be younger because I'd like to see him do a little bit more.
Oh, you know Alfred's gonna fucking shoot somebody because Alfred does not play by the no guns rule. Alfred is
Yeah.
Alfred will just shoot you. He doesn't care. And that's the cool thing about Batman is it's like everybody except Alfred is held to the no gun standard, and then
Yeah.
Alfred, he's just like shoot him, fucking blast. Anybody comes in the Batcave, just blast him, and totally gets a pass.
I'm gonna look this up real quick because I didn't. There's a season 2 of Pennyworth.
Oh yeah, so I actually watched probably like 6 or 7 episodes of Pennyworth because I had like
the first season.
Yeah, because is it Showtime or Cinemax? I think it's Cinemax. Cinemax, I had like a free trial, like a 7-day free trial with Cinemax, and I watched like 7 or 8 episodes of it, and it's pretty good. Like I was pretty impressed with, like it's a very strange show to make if you think about it. Like it's cool, like, but you're really kind of like reaching a little bit with you're really reaching a little bit with like, what do we want? Let's get the butler's backstory from 40 years ago before he was Batman's butler. And it's like, okay, well, how cool could that be? And then you watch it, and it's actually pretty fucking cool. He actually kicks a whole lot of ass. And he's got like some friends in the show too. Like
season 2 is expected from October.
He's got like this Irish
November.
friend that's just like too crazy, like, and you see a little bit of the Batman kind of vibe there, where he's like, dude, you gotta be
MI6 or something, right?
Yeah, he's like a special agent,
Yeah.
and you meet Thomas Wayne in the show too, which is kind of cool.
Cool.
Thomas is like, he hires him to do a job before he's his butler, and yeah, it's neat. I just couldn't justify keeping Cinemax for that, so I said fuck it and got rid of it. But I didn't hate the show, and I expected it to be really bad. If I had to rank Gotham or Pennyworth, I think I'd take season 1 of Pennyworth over all the fucking seasons of Gotham, to be honest.
Cool.
Yeah. So what else do we got?
What else we got? We got some Ghostbusters news.
My favorite.
Boom, Ghostbusters. So tell them what you told
Tell
me earlier.
me what you told me. So Ghostbusters Afterlife is coming out March 1st, 2021. That's a guess, but I feel like I'm right. And Ernie Hudson did an interview pretty recently, and he kind of accidentally let a little something slip where he was talking about how Bill and Dan are in the movie with him and that they actually suit up. And
March 5th.
5th. Damn, I'm off by like this much. Yeah. Yeah, he implied, or he said explicitly that they put the suits back on for the movie, and that gives you the it gives you the beard stroke move where you're like, wait a second, why would they put the suits on if they don't do something? And so
because they ain't afraid of no ghosts.
Pretty good chance that in Afterlife you're gonna get to see the old homeboys suit up one last time, maybe not the last time, but definitely one more time. And hopefully bust a ghost or two. Fucking, I ain't afraid of no ghost. And so
hose them.
That was kind of like when the new Ghostbusters movie came out. I didn't necessarily love the female one. I didn't love that the old characters didn't reprise their roles. I was like, they're not even them.
It's like a fun cameo, but that's not
right.
Them.
The actors in the movie, but Peter Venkman isn't in the movie. Winston's not in the movie, and fucking Ray Stantz ain't in the film. They're all the actors are there, and that's like a cool little nod.
Yeah.
But Egon is canonically in the film when he's that statue in the beginning that they have. Yeah. It's Egon Spengler, so it's weird that none of the other characters are in the movie and he is. And so
it's not weird that they would tip their hat to Harold Ramis, but it is weird what you're saying.
That they would tip it to Egon specifically, his character, and that his character is canonically in the show.
It would have been really easy to write some kind of thing where they were just like, just that they were retired or something.
Well,
I've
watched a lot of Dan Aykroyd talks about Ghostbusters all the time. He wrote Ghostbusters. He pretty much invented the franchise, and he's talked about it a lot. Where it's like it's kind of always been the plan to have the Ghostbusters be a franchise. I mean, that's even in the first movies. Bill says like the franchising rights alone are going to be. And if you read in the comic books, if you get into like the Ghostbusters comics, Ghostbusters International, they franchise out. Ghostbusters becomes like Subway, where like you can open a Ghostbusters headquarters in another city and be licensed and have all the logos and all the gear and all that shit. But you
have some chair problems. Or
yeah, some fucking reclinal difficulties. So I've watched Dan Aykroyd talk about it a lot, and he's always kind of said that like Ray's job is to be like the advisor to the next level of Ghostbusters. Like that he eventually gets to the point where he's too old to put the proton. He's got a bad hip and he can't put the proton pack on anymore, but he's still around. Right. He still runs Ray's Occult Books, and he still advises the next generation of Ghostbusters. And in the cartoons too, in Ghostbusters or the new Ghostbusters or Extreme Ghostbusters, that's kind of the story, is that Ray's niece, who runs the bookstore, is kind of a part of it. But
the real Ghostbusters. Did you ever see that cartoon?
The actual Ghostbusters.
There was two.
The Hanna-Barbera Ghostbusters.
Yeah.
Yeah. They actually got in like a licensing dispute over that because Ghostbusters was it was a Hanna-Barbera cartoon with like a big gorilla and a ghost and a car that could talk, I think.
It was a weird cartoon.
Hanna-Barbera always has one of those three. It's like a car that can talk, a ghost man that's alive and fine and can touch things,
and a dog that goes,
and an animal that can walk and talk and has thumbs. So Hanna-Barbera was not very original. When you look at like Chan Clan, Speed Buggy, Jabberjaw, it's like all the same formula. It's the exact same.
Dude, Captain Caveman though.
Love Captain Caveman.
Where it's at.
Yeah, Space Ghost as well.
Space Ghost was. I used to after school go to see the USA. I almost said Up All Night. That's another show. USA Cartoon Express, and they would have all of those cartoons in
and Birdman, and then do you remember Birdman? Birdman.
And they had the Cartoon Express. They showed all those cartoons, but then they did the I think it was called Laugh Olympics or something. Olympics, and it was all those different things. They were all competing.
Yeah, kind of like wacky. It was like wacky races.
It was like cartoon Cannonball Run. It was kind
a dune buggy. Yeah, Speed Buggy was a dune buggy, but his name was Speed Buggy. So yeah, Ghostbusters Afterlife is gonna be amazing. Like, it's just one of those things that I try to brain hole it all the time so that I don't think about it constantly, because I will drive myself mad just counting down the days to the next Ghostbusters film.
Yeah, you love yourself some Ghostbusters.
What's not to love? I think it's maybe the number 4 most recognized symbol in the world. It's like McDonald's, Coca-Cola, and then like Ghostbusters. And the no ghost logo. Yeah. It's one of those things that people that don't even speak English, when you do this, and then they're like, "Oh, Ghostbusters!" or well, like wherever they're from.
I like to make Vigo the Carpathian jokes a lot, and every now and then it slips through the cracks, like that people don't know.
I have like a 68-inch framed photo of Vigo in my house. Actually, I have like a portrait, the actual picture.
I would love to have like a 7-foot, like a huge thing.
There's a venue. I don't know if you ever played it.
If I owned like a manor or something.
There's a venue somewhere in the world that I've been to, and I've taken a picture under it. They have like a 7-foot of huge Vigo.
That's super dope.
Yeah, it's really cool.
Really cool.
So yeah, that little tidbit from Winston, or from Ernie, implies that the Ghostbusters are not only going to be in the movie, but they're going to be themselves in the movie, and that they're going to do something. We didn't get Rick Moranis, obviously. He's been kind of like on a super hiatus for like his entire life.
Yeah, he just retired. It's really weird.
His wife died. Yeah, it's like, and it was one of those things where it was just like, okay, I'm fucking going to take care of my kids. I got Honey, I Shrunk the Kids money, and I'm fucking out of here. And he stuck to it, and like, hey, like, more power to him for really committing to not being an actor anymore, because that's crazy. Especially when like there's quite a few franchises that have been like begging for him to come back, you know? And even Ghostbusters has been like, just pop in for a cameo, and he's like, no, I'm not doing
That's
it.
Crazy.
Sorry. He like did a commercial with like Ryan Reynolds pretty recently for Mint, and then it was just like, okay, great, see you guys in fucking 20 years. I'll be back. So yeah, that's big news. And that, you couple that with the trailer that we already got, and you watched all the fucking cool shit that happens in the trailer with the fucking sidecar gunner floating out of Ecto-1 and a motorcycle, and Paul Rudd. Everybody loves Paul Rudd. So I have high hopes for Ghostbusters Afterlife, and it sounds like they're doing what they should have done with the last one, or what they didn't want to do with the last one, I guess, which is to make a fan service Ghostbusters movie. Where the last one wasn't really about Ghostbusters fans, I don't think.
I just did a quick search because I was gonna look up some Rick Moranis stuff.
Yeah.
To see if maybe he was gonna do a cameo or something, and I just found a thing in the Guardian that says Rick Moranis to make Honey I Shrunk the Kids reboot after 23-year break. That's
We'll
some
see.
Interesting
We'll
news.
see.
We'll see how it goes.
I don't
mean,
know.
imagine it's been long enough that maybe his kids are grown now and stuff.
Yeah, but
so
why
it's
would
like,
you do Honey, I Shrunk the Kids and not do Ghostbusters?
I don't know.
like-
Let me Google that.
That seems like somebody call his fucking agent,
Yeah.
because it's a fucking bad move. I mean, Honey, I Shrunk the Kids was a good movie, and it's a franchise for show, but you definitely aren't gonna get the same acclaim that you would get from being in Ghostbusters, like everybody fucking wants. But what I was saying is, like, the last Ghostbusters movie with the ladies didn't feel like they made it for Ghostbusters fans. It was like they were trying to get new fans. You know what I mean? They're trying to get more exposure from people that didn't already like Ghostbusters that much, or didn't already like the storyline and all the crap about it.
Yeah.
So I feel like this one is like, yeah, okay, fuck it. We'll make that one bombed, and we're just gonna retcon and make one that's got all the shit that you guys want in it. Hey, Angie's here.
Angie.
Beetlejuice second movie. Yeah, never heard about that. Paul Rudd. Paul Rudd plays somebody's dad. I think he plays. He's a teacher named Mr. Gruberstein or something like that. He's their like science teacher, and I'm sure what the plot is going to be is that the kids find some of the Ghostbusters stuff, and then they take it to the teacher to be like, "Hey, do you have any idea what this is?" And there's in the trailer, I think he's like, "This is a ghost trap. You guys don't know what this is? Like, this is a fucking this is huge." And they're like, "Yeah, we're 12. We don't know what you're talking about." And he's like, "The Ghostbusters saved the world. They were huge."
Yeah, how do you not know who the Ghostbusters are?
Which one thing I really like about Ghostbusters 2, actually just Ghostbusters the franchise in general, is that it's one of the few movies where the good guys win in the first movie, and then the world moves on and doesn't remember and doesn't care. They just go on about their lives. And it's like, if you look at the scope of Ghostbusters 1, they genuinely saved the world, and everybody was there. Everybody saw it. It was all on the news. They fight a fucking giant marshmallow man and blow him up, and everybody was present for that. And then by the time Ghostbusters 2 rolls around, they're barely making it, and like they're
You know what's kind of funny and kind of actually real is that they blow up the Marshmallow Man, and everybody's pissed because the marshmallows are everywhere, and they're wanting to build them, and they're you know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
and it's
like,
very
and instead of like that would happen. You could
and
save
that's all the genius of Dan Aykroyd, where it's like he knows that that's really what would happen is that the city would
you get a bill for getting the
the
city.
same
over.
thing with it's very similar to The Boys, where it's like yeah, you caused fucking $10 million worth of damage, and we are billing Vought Industries for it.
But all the crybabies out there would be, instead of being like, "Thanks for saving us," to be like, "You got blah blah blah." Like that's very accurate. I've really come down on crybabies. I'm kind of sick of a lot of
I've been sick
of stuff like a.
So it's almost par for the course for the third film, to where it's like the first movie, the Ghostbusters aren't real. Then they are, and everybody loves them. It's Ghostbusters fever. They're in the newspapers. They're on TV. Then Ghostbusters 2 happens, and everybody's kind of like they're kind of fading from the limelight, and they're underwater. They're not making any money. They bounce back. They save the world again, and then cut to Afterlife, which is however far in the future, and people don't even remember that any of that happened. They don't, like, the Ghostbusters aren't. They're not heroes.
Yeah,
they didn't get the credit that they deserve for saving the world twice. But I really always liked that, because it's always kind of bullshit that like people would care. You know what I mean? Like I forget about shit all the time, or like don't care about shit all the time that you should care about. You should be like, wow, that guy's a hero.
They didn't put them on Wheaties boxes or anything?
Right. And it's like, or they did and they just like faded out, and you're just like, it's good to see them stick to it's a very realistic position for the characters to be in.
I did a little looking up. It said Moranis turned down a cameo to appear in Paul Feige's Ghostbusters, sharing that it did make sense for him to do just one day of shooting on something he did 30 years ago.
Wow. But then he'll turn around and do a fucking Honey, I Shrunk the Kids catch up.
I guess he's going to do a lot more than one day.
Huh.
Yeah.
Weird. I would have took the check, man. Fuck that. Yeah. I'll believe anything you say as long as there's a paycheck behind it.
He said he would do anything he finds
Later,
interesting, which obviously wasn't the case with Ghostbusters because he didn't find that interesting.
That hurts my heart.
And that it's hard to come up with original material. In addition to that, Moranis wasn't a fan of Ghostbusters 2, which is why he has also been hesitant to join any attempts to revive the franchise.
Yeah, Ghostbusters 2 it's a love-hate kind of thing. You got to really...
I loved Ghostbusters 2.
Yeah,
of course, I was a kid when it came out.
It holds up. Yeah. It holds up fine, but it's definitely less good than the first one in a lot of ways. It's you're like, how bad of an enemy can a painting be? You know what I mean? Like that's versus a giant
if
evil,
it's a Carpathian painting,
evil marshmallow man. Well, I think I've shit about 1 million gallons about Ghostbusters. So what's next? What else do we got?
Well,
I can talk about Ghostbusters for the rest of my fucking life.
We got some F9 news. We got Fast and
Are
Furious
we fnining?
9.
We're fnining.
F9.
I love saying fnine.
Yes.
There's an old bit from SNL from the Celebrity Jeopardy. I think it's French Stewart, and his final Jeopardy answer is, they were just like, write down a number, just any number, and he writes down F9. And I've said that 1 million, so that's what this makes me think of. And when I see F9, F9, I can't believe there's 9 of these.
9 Fast and Furious. I love them.
I know you do.
They're not.
I know you do.
They're just fun.
They're fun, sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a fun.
Every now
but
and then.
9?
Like
they're not that fun.
No.
They're not 9 fun.
Dude, it's like I love Tenet. Like you had to really think about it, pay attention to what's going Tenet. Yeah, what's going on? Think about it.
This you do not have to.
Sam, you don't have to do that. You don't have to do that on a Jason Statham movie. Like you're going to see The Transporter, it's just some ass kicking and fucking good times. And that's what I like about the Fast and the Furious movies. They're always entertaining.
I've got a goddamn treat for you.
Yeah, we're going to watch the trailer. Just because I thought it would be fun, right?
Sure,
yeah.
It'll be a hoot.
Let's do it. And we'll see if this gets us pulled for. I
don't think we're on the radar enough to get pulled.
Nah, I don't think
no
so.
one knows
this is
we're fine.
Yeah, this is fair use.
Yeah.
No one really knows what
all right,
fair
here
use
we go.
is. They just say.
Yeah, you just say it.
I used to live my life a quarter mile.
I used to live my life a quarter mile at a time.
But now I have a sleeveless fucking shirt on.
Yeah.
And I fix tractors. And one
Muscular
day,
Michelle
when you grow up, you're gonna get a wife beater too.
Your daddy gave me this.
This wife beater,
I gave it to you.
right out of his 5-pack,
the same one
from the
It's
7-Eleven.
for protection.
From when she said, "I smell skanks." That was the best line.
I didn't see it.
That was the first movie. That was the introduction of her. I think she walked up and she just said, "I smell skanks."
It's like 42 years ago. I can't. I don't know. I wouldn't remember it if I
I
had.
feel like
seen.
we're doing Jarrett Goes to the Movies right now.
Shout out to your boy Jarrett.
Yeah. Oh.
Okay, there's a. Take a drink every time
she's
somebody
okay.
would die from whatever happens to them because.
Just caught up to me. Been a long
Hold on, I have to go back. That looks kind of like the girl from. At first, I thought it was a girl from. What is it, like Grey's Anatomy?
I didn't watch Grey's Anatomy.
It's not her, but it looks like she's younger. But I was like, hey. Okay.
to me. Been a long time down.
Who's he talking to?
He's talking to his brother, John Cena.
Oh, I couldn't see him. Grapple gun. I do love a grapple gun. Anytime, anywhere.
You didn't see. He should be called John Uncena.
That's pretty good.
Because he's unseen.
Okay, that would have killed that guy for sure. Do they have superpowers in this one? I know Hobbs and Shaw, they were like...
They were powered?
They had like mechs. Doesn't Idris Elba have like a mech suit or something?
I don't remember.
We gotta get even more fast and even more furious.
Ow, that would have killed you.
I wish it was called 9 Fast, 9 Furious. It would have been fucking hilarious. They did that with 2. I think even 3. 3 Fast, 3 Furious.
And that's Charlize
Theron. Yeah, but she's got like a weird, like the, what was the name from Tropic Thunder?
Charlize Theron?
No. What was Simple Jack from Tropic Thunder? That never go full retard.
Let's go back and look. That's she is a pumpkin pie haircutted freak.
Give me that booze, you pumpkin pie
Turn
haircutted
that
freak.
into anger
How did they get her to
and
do
nothing
that
dangerous.
haircut?
Maybe this
Gun.
is the end, but we're gonna go out
Well,
together.
they're genetically
I'd
they're
ride to
similar
the death
because
with you.
that's why they can do the gun thing at the same speed. You know?
Right.
'Cause they're related. It's in their DNA.
Yeah, I mean, I can obviously see how this would be a non-stop action thrill ride, but that
Oh yeah,
Pontiac Fiero.
that's a Fiero, and that's
Impressive.
ludicrous.
I know.
I mean,
No.
that's actually ludicrous. I don't mean the Fiero of the
Luda.
rocket is ludicrous.
yeah, let's strap a rocket. I heard they go to space in this, and I thought it was a joke for most of the time that I was reading it, and apparently there was an interview the other day that says that this was not a joke, and that
They
indeed
are literally going to space.
somebody's going to space literally in this fucking movie, 9 Fastly
Yes.
and 9 Furiously.
And when you
I came here to take you down.
drive up a bridge that is not secured on both sides, that's fast.
See, like, people really bitched about the fucking 4th Indiana Jones movie, and it's like, that was tame compared to this. He's literally about to, like sling. They're literally gonna get picked up by a fucking blackbird here. Like,
Does anybody have a magnet? I thought
this
that was
is
the X-Men.
so dumb.
Oh,
They got a magnet plane?
yeah, magnet plane.
Oh, my
Tell me you're
God.
not thinking what I think you're thinking.
I think I'm gonna do something that is physically impossible.
Yes.
that defies the laws
Yes,
of physics.
you can't do that unless you're fast and furious.
God, it's really
I
terrible.
love it.
It's like watching Sharknado, but
Yes,
but
exactly.
people take it seriously. They don't act like it's not like Sharknado.
Dude, you could do that if you're. They're just really experienced drivers.
9. Hey, it's me, the Asian dude from,
Surprise.
I'm gonna assume
Nice
Tokyo
clubhouse.
Drift.
Yeah, that's racist.
It might be.
Or to assume.
I got my 2 watches, one set to real time and one set to Tokyo time, so I know when to drift race. Yeah, that is gonna
Get
be.
tickets now.
No thanks. I think
F9.
I'm gonna leave that.
Dude, I'm gonna.
That's yours. You're gonna review that.
Yes.
You're reviewing that one. I'm not watching it.
Yes.
I refuse. I might go see it with you just for fun,
Oh,
just
dude,
to
it'll
laugh.
be great. That'll be.
God.
That's all. That's all you gotta do.
I can't believe
Haven't
there's
you ever s-
9 of those.
Haven't you ever
though.
seen what is the what's the movie with Jason Statham where his heart
Crank?
Crank, dude, that's the same kind of thing. It's
Yeah, but they're 2 cranks. Okay,
like,
2.
there need
Crank,
to be 2 more.
Crank 2, and then that's it. And they're like, okay, we've milked this. This is how does shut up. I don't
Dude,
understand. I don't. It diminishes my hope for humanity that these movies actually keep breaking fucking box office records and then getting sequels. And Firefly couldn't get a second fucking season on Fox.
Phil
Horseshit.
says the F. I like that. I'm gonna post that. Up.
Stands for fun.
F stands for fun.
F is
F9.
for fun and movies that suck. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's working a scale of 1 to 10, so it's fun, and they're at like 9.
I'm
so it's
hoping
like,
that
yes.
it's got to be. I mean, I think once you get to 9, that's it. You'll never end. Once you've made, it's like once you get to like
No, you just go one more. It's like one. It's like this one goes to 11.
10. This one's F10. It's like
11?
somebody
I
just
like
literally
11.
like named the fucking franchise after the top row of a fucking keyboard. All right,
11.
I'm done with fucking Fast and the Furious. 3 Fast, 3 Furious.
Dude, that was great.
I'll
I can't wait.
okay. I'm stoked for you. I'm happy for you. Good for you. Good for you. Good for you.
Yeah,
Good for you.
that'll be fun.
I'm stoked for you.
I mean, it's not my favorite franchise. But
Yeah,
but
and I'll be-
I like movies. I like
Yeah,
entertainment.
you like-
People
yeah.
are like,
you just want to be
I
nonstop
want to
action thrill.
complain that no thing's coming out, but then I want to complain about stuff that comes out. Like,
I
meh.
have been on the fuck that movie train since the first one.
Yeah, I mean, I
So-
was like, this is a cheeseball movie.
So
It's like they never claim to be awesome. Like
yes, they do. They claim to be
no
awesome all
way.
the time.
They just are.
All right.
Dude, one time I was working and I had a guy and this guy, and I remember I was making margaritas with vodka instead of, which is a
Ugh.
vodka sour, really.
I'm literally gonna
Uh,
puke.
And the guy, told me he was a producer of Fast and Furious. And this
Mm.
was after Paul Walker died.
Yeah, yeah.
And he told me, he was like, yeah, man, we've been working on this. We had to get body doubles where it was like they used his brother because his brother's a similar stature.
Full
Yeah, which is crazy to
Walker.
do that. Yeah.
Did you ever see that Beatles documentary where they were talking about how Paul died? It's called Paul's Dead. And they said
Oh,
that
yeah.
they call the fake Paul Fall, and then the British guy would always be like, "It was Fall," and I'd fucking laugh about it. It wasn't Paul. It was Fall.
No, I need to see that because I
It's really good. It's fake. Like it's
yeah.
it's a hoax, but it's funny and it's
It's a mockumentary.
in-
It's not supposed to be serious, like real.
uh
Or is it supposed to?
I
be
don't know.
real?
It's like fourth dimension where it's like fake making fun of itself, but in a way that it proposes that it's true.
Maybe.
You know what I mean? Like,
Maybe
I don't
it's
know.
real.
I don't know. Anyway,
Hmm.
what's next?
Anyway,
What are
let's
we-
get moving
what are we
forward.
hitting?
Is we're going to the TV part of the movies and TV.
Movies and TV.
Yeah, onto the TV. Kenobi. They're talking about doing a series. They've been talking about doing it, but
Now that is a name I have not heard in a long
Yeah.
time. They've been talking about this. We got a release date for it, right? And I don't remember what that is. And I'm gonna say that it's the March 21st, maybe. I don't remember. They've been talking about this for a while. Ian McGregor came out pretty recently talking about it and saying that it was just gonna be a standalone single season series, but kind of with like a fucking option on it, and they wanted to like.
It just says late 2021, early 2022.
Huh. The one that I had a date, but I don't remember what it was. It's fine. Probably fake anyway. It doesn't matter. So this is meant to take place somewhere 5 to 8 years after Return of the Jedi. Or no,
The
sorry,
Sith?
Revenge of the
Revenge
Sith.
of the Sith, yeah.
Yeah. So it's going to be, he is on Tatooine. He's on Dantooine is a real one. They really fucking didn't get very original with the planet names in Star Wars. But he's on Tatooine, but apparently from an interview that he did recently, he said that some of it takes place off of Tatooine. So that's interesting. It's interesting because it kind of fucks with the timeline a little bit, where it's like, okay, if Obi-Wan is on, lore-wise, Obi-Wan's on Tatooine to look over Luke while he's growing up as a boy. What does he just fuck off for a couple of years and say like, "Hey Tony, can you watch
Cool,
my
see you later.
Does he get a sitter or something? Like, hey, can you watch my fucking kid for a minute so that I can go fuck off to Coruscant and fight? I don't know, do something." But this is gonna be tight. Star Wars is they're really having to branch out after the fucking fallout of the last bit of the franchise, which was a really divisive thing. Like, people really either loved or hated it.
Yeah.
So I think what they're doing now is they're just doing like a shotgun tactic where they're like, we'll just shit out 58 fucking Star Wars properties.
Well, I think they put a bow on the Skywalker saga, that kind of, and then
And then they come out and retcon and say like, no, we didn't. We're gonna do Rey's getting a reboot standalone series.
I didn't even hear that.
Yeah, it's still like all talk, but like everything at Lucasfilms is in flux right now because basically they didn't create a solid platform to go to the next phase of stuff.
Speaking of complaining, I've noticed a whole bunch of people in discussion groups and stuff. Everybody's like, there was some talk where they talk about Daisy Ripley. Is that her last name?
Ridley,
yeah.
Mhm.
That she had said that that they had changed throughout the movies. That they had changed. They said, okay, you're going to be a Kenobi secretly. Oh, this, that, and then at
Right.
the end, they're like, oh, you're
Oh
gonna be a
no, you're
Palpatine.
not. You're actually
Yeah.
a Palpatine.
And people are like, they didn't have a plan and blah blah blah. But guys, they didn't have a plan for Luke. Like, they didn't know that Darth Vader was his father at the beginning. That didn't happen. They just kind of did it on the fly. They wanted to make a cool story, make it interesting.
I really do
So-
think they should have just not gone with the Palpatine thing.
Yeah, I kind of.
It was kind of a cop out where you're like, guys, you really couldn't come up with anything better than that. Like, you really had to go to the main bad guy from the fucking original franchise, and it's just him again. Like,
It was kind of corny.
It was a little corny.
It was corny,
but it was cool. Like, I still liked it, but it's just like, if you're gonna make the main bad guy come back as like this grand reveal, I feel like you have to give him more. Because they really were just like, yes, it's me, Emperor Palpatine. I'm still alive. And then it's like, okay, cool. We're going to kill you real fast. And he's like, no, wait, hang on. I didn't even finish my fucking monologue. And then they're like, yeah, too bad. We only have 15 minutes of movie left. So
yeah.
I'm going to kick you off this cliff. And you're going to die just like you died the first time. And see you
Cool,
later.
see you later.
All right, and scene. Roll fucking crawl. And it's just like, okay, cool, man. Thanks a lot for that. That seems like a lackluster finish to this fucking 8-year epic you've created.
You
You've
pulled this giant scam and you made these like 800 destroyers, and you made all these ships that are all Death Stars and
right
destroyers.
You could have
know
just
what I mean? And like
or even like, oh, Emperor Palpatine as a Force ghost was like mind controlling.
Force Ghost would have been real cool, actually.
So what I was hoping for, my Dirk's pick for how the movie ends, was that it turns out
are there even dark side Force Ghosts? Or is that I've never
there are Ulit Keldrama is able to Force Ghost, and a couple of other of like deep cut names.
Yeah,
but it isn't as prominent in the movie verse.
Yeah.
But what I think my like, and this is a little bit of a like a Harry Potter kind of vibe, where it should have been Palpatine tries to fucking zap Ben Solo or what's his fucking name? Kylo Ren. Tries to zap Kylo Ren, and Rey and Kylo Ren have like an argument about, or like talk, and they're like, wait, we have to like go together at him. And he's like, okay, fine. And then Palpatine's like, well, I'm still more powerful than both of you. Like, fuck you. And shoots him with lightning. And at that time, the Force ghosts that you hear talk to Rey actually come out.
There is a video that shows that.
That's what I wanted.
Did you see that?
Yeah, that's what I wanted. That's the ending that I wanted, was it to be like in Harry Potter when Priori Incantatum happens, the ghosts of Harry's parents and all the other like people that Voldemort have killed come out and kind of create like a shield,
yeah,
and protect him. And I feel like that should have been a similar thing, because it's just like you hear all their voices,
yeah,
in that little scene and of them talking to Rey, but it just would have been so impactful to have all of the fucking the legacy standing on the screen right there, and them saying something like, "Look, this isn't about us. This is about you. You got to get out of here, and we're gonna help. Like we're gonna hold him off, and you have to survive because you're the last fucking Jedi. I mean, the Jedi die if you don't make it out of this room. So we're gonna like burn ourselves out, and we won't be able to project and guide you anymore. But like this is like, you know, like
that would have been super cool.
Would have been fucking awesome. You got Qui-Gon, you got fucking Obi-Wan, you got everybody all lined, Leia, Luke, Han, and at that moment is when Kylo Ren sees everyone and like kind of like zooms out a little bit and gets like a big picture of, he's like, this isn't about me. This isn't about like I'm letting down like a whole fucking legacy of people. Like I'm letting down like a lifetime worth of fucking work because I'm a selfish little bitch. And so that redemption moment could have had a whole lot more impact, especially seeing like Han Solo and his mother like standing between Palpatine and Rey.
Yeah.
And then he's having like a crisis of conscience, and then he finally is like, nah, fuck this, and moves in to help Rey. And then him and Rey fucking tag team fight Emperor Palpatine and crush him.
Yeah.
And that would have been awesome. And then maybe he still dies, like he fucking doesn't get,
he had to die.
Doesn't get out of the building in time, like kind of goes out like Anakin. Yeah. You know what I mean? Where it's like, okay, and they gave you a little bit of that, like they kind of did it, where it's like he throws him off the cliff.
It goes out like Ben Affleck Batman is gonna go out.
Right.
Yeah. Go ahead and get out of here.
Right. I'm gonna do this.
Yeah. And that redeems him because he's done so many terrible things. There's no way somebody was like, yeah, I can't believe he should have come back and survived. I'm like, he can't survive.
No.
He's done too many bad things.
Yeah.
There's no way to. He can't.
Yeah. No one would redeem it. But then it's like the ghosts wouldn't have felt that way. They would have been like, you're redeemed now. Now that you're here with us and dead, you have. Kind of like very similar to the scene of like when you see Anakin as a Force ghost because he redeemed himself by saving Luke. So it's just like it felt like the person who was making those decisions didn't give a shit about Star Wars. Yeah. That's really what it feels like.
Well, I think Kenobi's going to be awesome because Ewan McGregor, I mean,
yeah, and there's
pretty much anything he does is
there's also
good.
less that people like there's more room for interpretation with something like this.
Right.
When you're talking about finishing a story that's been 40 years in the making, there's a pretty big checklist of things that everybody's like, it's got to have this, and it's got to have this, and it's got to have this, and if it doesn't have these things, then it's fucking wrong and it's stupid.
Yeah.
And with something like this where you're like, basically just has to have Obi-Wan Kenobi in it, and then whatever he does in that is
It's gonna
is
be
is
cool.
gonna be cool. Like that's gonna be this is
Well,
gonna be a
it-
real
it
Star Wars
kinda
heavy
cracked-
episode, just for
kinda
the record, guys.
Yeah, it would kind of crack me up though, like just people being like, "Oh, you mean it wasn't planned out? It wasn't planned out." Everybody's mad. I'm
My
like,
friend
"Dude,
Garrett just said a really good point, and he was like, if Kylo had lived but then exiled himself, it
Oh,
would
that
have been
would've
like
been
a
good, too.
full circle kind of thing, very similar with Obi-Wan or with Yoda.
oh yeah,
And that was I've probably talked about this, but everybody had a big problem with Luke Skywalker acting the way he acted in the new movies, and it's like that's par for the course with
Yeah, that's
Jedi
what
with
you do.
Jedi Masters.
yeah."
You fuck up and you go exile yourself, and then you go batshit crazy, and you just like become like a fucking crazy like lone wolf McQuaid off on some fucking bog planet, and then you're drinking weird green titty milk because like you go from living as like a you're in like a survival thing, and you're also disconnected from the Force, and being disconnected from the Force causes some sort of mental breakdown. Like it's like losing a piece of yourself.
I think, dude, like Ben Solo though, he might have even been hunted. He'd done so many terrible war crimes,
Right,
essentially,
yeah.
that like, oh no, but he's been redeemed.
Yeah,
He's
it's
on the
fine.
light side.
Yeah, just forget
well,
about
that's-
the
that's
fact that he
okay
just
to-
like murdered everybody.
Yeah, that's okay for your parents, right? And they'll forgive you, and maybe.
I'm Jolie Bendo.
But you can't just say, "Hey guys, I decided I'm not a bad guy anymore." And
Right.
Then,
Everybody accept that.
No, like
there is an Elseworlds Star Wars comic.
Mhm.
It's like a what if comic from Star Wars that's really interesting, and it's kind of like if you know what the Nail, which is a DC comic book, which was like,
I don't know that one.
so there's an old poem that's like, for want of a nail the shoe was lost, for want of a shoe the horse was lost, for one of the horse the knight was lost, for one of the knight the castle was lost, for one of the castle the battle was lost, and all the kingdom was lost, all because of a nail. And the premise of that is that
Got
this
it.
teeny thing can make a big difference. And so it was basically because of a nail in the road, Pa Kent gets a flat tire on his way to where he would eventually find Superman.
Oh yeah.
So he doesn't ever find him. And then Clark Kent grows up as not Superman. He just grows up as a regular kid. And so it's the world after that without a Superman.
Oh wow.
So the what if story is very similar. It's that what if that thermal detonator that Princess Leia holds up in Jabba's palace actually goes off, and it kills everybody in the room except for her. It fucking blinds Han Solo permanently. He's permanently blinded from the carbonite.
Uh-huh.
And the way that works out, the way that ends, is that instead of Anakin dying in the Death Star, that Luke does save him, and he is redeemed, and he comes back as an all-white Darth Vader.
Oh, weird.
And then it's him and Luke, and Leia becomes the bad guy. Leia goes evil over like loses her mind and goes
Yeah.
evil over like Han losing his eyesight. And so the end of the book is Han Solo blind, Chewbacca like missing a fucking arm, white Anakin redeemed, and Luke Skywalker going to stop Leia from reviving the Emperor or whatever.
Yeah.
And I always wondered that, where it was like, how is everybody gonna just be like fine with Darth Vader being a good guy now?
Yeah, you
like,
can't do that. Like,
Yeah,
you
it's like
killed-
if- it's
you
like if-
killed everyone.
yeah, Hitler doesn't get a fucking heel turn, okay? He doesn't get to be like a good guy now. I don't know. It's just
Yeah, there's gonna be people coming after him.
yeah, it's definitely worth a read if you can find it. You just have to
The
look
Nail,
up.
I'll have to check it out.
I don't know if it's called The Nail. That's that DC one, but
Oh.
the premise is the same. Just look up like Star Wars what ifs.
Which, by the way, anybody who's you should check out the YouTube video. Just do a search for Force Ghost ending for Star Wars, and it's super badass. Like, I got goosebumps. Like when I'd seen that, and she's like, "I am all the Sith," and she's like, "I am all the Jedi," and she hears all the voices. But then all of a sudden they show up, and some fan put them all together, and it's fucking cool.
So
It's
speaking
really cool.
of Star Wars what ifs, this is a great. And the Segi Award goes to me. They're talking about doing a Mace Windu TV series. Now it's kind of unclear of whether that's going to be he's young and Hitler doesn't get a heel turn. Yeah, that was pretty fucking funny. They haven't really discussed a lot about it, but there's a whole lot of shit to think about with Mace Windu. He's one of those characters that didn't get the action that he was supposed to get. He's one of the most powerful Jedi in existence ever. He's one of the only Jedi that can use Form 7. So he's one of the only Jedi that actually comes close to using in Star Wars. There's different lightsaber forms, and each one progressively gets you closer to the dark side because the more aggression you put into your form, the closer you get to
The dark side.
the dark side. And he's basically he's also the only person with a purple lightsaber. And there's a story behind that because it's like those crystals that make purple lightsabers are on this like fucking barren wasteland planet that like does not sustain life. And it was part of his trials to go to this planet and get that crystal. And so it's like his purple lightsaber wasn't just to be cool. It was like a badge of honor that he's like, I've gone and done this.
I like that that's just because fucking Samuel Jackson, I almost called him Alan Jackson.
Mhm.
Samuel Jackson wanted the purple.
Yeah.
But I love that they made a story
they
behind
made
it.
yeah,
they're
and,
like,
and so there's
he's
another
like,
thing.
okay, I'll do it. Can I have purple?
Another thing to be said is that it's like in the movie when he dies, because it's a big what if he fucking died. Because if you think about the two things that happened to him, first of all, he gets his arm chopped off. That's no big fucking deal in Star Wars. It happens to every other swinging dick in the fucking franchise. You lose a hand, fucking Star Wars, par for the course. Second of all, he falls from an incredible height. That happens also all the fucking time.
all the time.
People survive that constantly. Emperor Palpatine survived it 2 times. And not to mention Luke, when he falls off, he loses his hand, falls from Cloud City, survives. You see the fall when he falls fucking 1,000 feet way down into the thing and then grabs this antenna and survives, and they pick him up on the Falcon. But it's like, of those 2 things, Luke Skywalker was not even close to Mace Windu's level of Jedi power at the time that happened to him, and he still was able to survive. And B, Anakin, or Palpatine was in a weakened state when he zaps him out the fucking window. And so when you look at it, it's like, if he's the biggest, baddest Jedi to ever fucking live, and these weaker thans have survived more. I mean, Anakin survived being burned alive with lava.
Yeah.
I mean, literally burned to a crisp and losing 3 out of 4 limbs. So there's a big argument to be said that that Mace Windu didn't die from that fall, and he just ran and went into exile like everybody else did when Order 66 happened. So either one of those scenarios, young Mace Windu passing the trials and learning all of his forms and getting his crystal and becoming
being super badass,
getting onto the council, etc. That would be great. But conspiracy theory, Mace Windu still alive, never died show would also be really fucking great.
Yeah.
So I'm kind of hoping for that second one because it would prove me right, because I've been saying that since I saw the scene in the movie. I was like, he ain't dead.
He just fell out the window.
I mean, he fucking he launched his ass off into the night. But I was also like, I don't think that would kill him. Palpatine was literally at the verge of death in that scene.
Yeah.
If Anakin hadn't stepped in and then think about that too, that he was also powerful enough to redirect Palpatine's fucking lightning hands.
Yeah.
Which is one of them, if you're a big Star Wars nerd, that's one of the most powerful Force abilities that exists.
Yeah.
Force lightning is like death on a stick. It just kills stuff constantly.
Yeah.
So he not only got hit with it, but then redirected it away from himself back at Palpatine and was able to subdue him with it. So it's just like, there's a lot of little plot holes there that would imply that he isn't dead. And I would really love that to be this show.
And if Darth Maul can get chopped in half and survive,
Yeah.
come on,
Don't even get me started. He survives all kinds of shit.
Yeah.
He survives a giant fall, and getting cut in half.
Yeah.
Literally. So it's just like, no big deal. Garrett makes another good point. It also happens on Coruscant, the city with the most fucking flying cars in the entire franchise. So it's like, odds are he fucking fifth elements and bounces off a fucking taxi cab and is totally fine. But we don't have a lot of news on this, but that's my theory.
Yeah,
That's my conspiracy.
Hope. Let's hope.
I would love to see and he's obviously, Samuel Jackson has said 1,000,000 times he wants this. He doesn't even believe that his character's dead.
Yeah, and
you know what I mean?
And they're watching. So if we're talking about it, if we're posting stuff on Facebook and Twitter and all over the place about this, we can make it happen.
Oh, in 2020 we can do anything.
Yeah.
We can fucking just bitch till Supernatural gets 16 seasons.
What's our thoughts on the Dune? We talked about this last week. Dune trailer was fantastic. It looks super, super dope. It looks like Ridley Scott and Game of Thrones got together and made a thing, and I can't wait till that movie comes out. Dune's going to be super cool.
Kind of Blade Runner-y.
Yeah, have you seen it?
Yeah, I watched
it.
the
It looks
Dune.
like Game of Thrones, and then the cast is super badass. So
And Dune was already kind of ahead of its time in every iteration. Like when you watch from a cinematic perspective, it's a very impressive film every time you watch it. The one with Kyle MacLachlan and the one with Sting. And it's just like, okay.
And the worm is, it's cool.
There's about 758 fucking Dune books, and I've tried so hard because I read Dune 1, like the original Dune.
Yeah.
And it was great. And then when you start reading any of the other stuff about like the fucking Spice Wars or whatever, you're just like, this is too much. Like, I can't go this deep. It's very political.
Yeah.
It's a very political series of books. Yeah, because it's all about the politics of the people in the books. And so
it looks like it's going to be super cool. So that's our thoughts on the Dune stuff.
Yeah.
Let's see what's next on the old thing. Oh yeah, that there was a short for Squadrons.
Ooh, this was
that
dope.
looked super cool.
We watched this earlier. Squadrons is the new Star Wars game. I told you guys it's gonna be a Star Wars heavy episode. Squadrons is the new Star Wars game. It's from EA, unfortunately.
It's just a little screenshot.
It looks really fucking cool. It's all Starfighter based, and I believe you play as both sides. So you play as the Empire and as the Rebellion, and it's all about flying TIE fighters and X-Wings and all the other ships and blowing shit up and dogfights. And so it's like Ace Combat, but with Star Wars, and it looks fucking dope.
Looks really.
They did a little short film, for it as a companion, like a teaser, I guess, or something like that. And the short film's like 7 minutes long.
It was awesome. I was like, dude, this is like watching Top Gun, but in Star Wars.
It was really good, and the graphics were very impressive. And I don't know if that's game graphics or not. Probably not, but
it's probably the way the intros and stuff on the games always look great these days.
Right.
It's like I'm always really, really impressed.
But I think that's a game. Star Wars Starfighter was an old game, and that everybody really liked when you talk about Star Wars games.
Yeah.
Because Star Wars games kind of suck.
For a long time.
There's like a couple of gems, like when you talk about fucking Old Republic is brilliant. It's one of my favorite games. And then Jedi Power Battles is also kind of fun, but it also sucks. It's on PS1 and it's kind of just like hacked together, but the premise is good. So there's never really been a kick-ass Star Wars game that was just fucking great. I guess the more recent one was cool, Jedi Outcast, and the newest one was also kind of good, but it's real hit or miss. And
this
I guess
one looks like it's gonna be dope. I hope it is.
Yeah, but they're always Jedi oriented, and this is one of the first new ones to be like, we're just gonna talk about regular folks flying fucking spaceships and shooting at each other in space.
Maybe they learned from Rogue One, because that's why Rogue One was so cool. It's just like a lot of normal people doing normal shit. You know what I mean? In that universe, existing in that universe. It's cool.
Yeah. So if you watch that little short film, it'll give you a little taste. There's a taste.
Yeah, and then Mandalorian.
Ooh.
Season 2 trailer.
Yeah, we're gonna watch that too.
Holy crap! So this is a Mando just poster I got last week, and I was too lazy to find a new one, so I just threw the back up again. But this is the Mandalorian Season 2 trailer. We're gonna just go through it and talk, make a bunch of noise over it, and say dumb things. So here we go. Let's do that.
Bust it.
I got goosebumps in this watching this.
I did too. I almost wrecked my car on the way over here watching it.
Oh man. Yes, sir. I love a series. I love that the episodes aren't too long on this show either. It's just enough.
They give you just enough.
Mm-hmm.
Show me the one safety deemed such destruction.
Yeah.
You must reunite it with its own kind.
Where?
This you must determine.
Obviously, we're going to Tatooine.
The songs of eons past tell of battles between Mandalore the Great and an order of sorcerers called Jedi.
I love hearing the Jedi be referred to as sorcerers.
You expect me to search the galaxy and deliver this creature to a race of enemy sorcerers?
Do it.
Do it. Do it. It's your boy, Baby Yoda, in the mix.
This is the way. You expect me to go chase down a bunch of sorcerers? This is the way.
I love Baby Yoda's little fucking Charles Xavier chair that he's got going on.
I love the blacksmith high priestess Mandalorian chick.
You know this is no place for
I
a
don't know what she
child.
looks like,
Right.
but she's just awesome.
Wherever I go, he goes.
So I've heard.
Oh, here we go.
Oh, that's so good.
What are those things called? Birds of
Birds of Prey or something like
yeah,
that.
birds of prey or something.
Those things are so sick. Hey.
This is the way.
This is the way. Holy crap! Season 2 is going to be badass.
And
coming October 30th.
In this time travel economy that we live in now, that's basically next week.
Yeah,
You'll be fucking.
it's October 30th right now.
Yeah, in another timeline, it's October 30th already.
I have no costume.
So yeah, that's a big.
That's going to be super dope.
That's-
Season 2 of The Mandalorian.
bad fucking ass. It's literally all I've been. It's the thread that I've been hanging on by for all of 2020. Is that is coming?
Gina Carano's canceled?
Nope.
Not possible.
Can't be done. She's too good.
That's right.
And so now we're gonna fly into what is gonna be a whole
now we're getting into
whole-
the nitty gritty. The real
whole lot of Tiger
the
King.
whole lot
Somebody's
of stuff.
she's literally asking me about Taco Bell menu items in my tell me about what you think about them taking the Mexican pizza off the menu.
Who asked you that?
My friend Tamale House. Which
What were you talking about earlier about in the future?
I don't remember.
Earlier, you're like in the future, the kind of beefy
Oh,
burrito.
I was
beefy
doing
grande.
I was
You were
doing a
bit
bit.
about something.
Yeah, I can't remember. It was
It was-
I was doing the demons from Supernatural. And it was
That's
like
what it
your
was.
brother's going to hell, and also they're gonna take the beefy 5-layer off the menu at Taco Bell. Salad do be sucking, dog. You know how it is.
Yeah.
So Tiger King, you thought you were done, guys. The pack.
Yeah.
Remember the fun times and
Boom. Remember
fun,
that?
the fun part of quarantine and fun part of coronavirus, where we were just laughing
It was-
and
It
everybody was getting
that.
government money and laughing about this Tiger Man that's on TV, and then he goes to prison, and you think it's over. Well, guess what? No, it's fucking not.
It's not.
You're about to get a 6-foot fucking dick full of Tiger King all day, all long for the rest of this year.
Yeah. So first on Amazon, Amazon's gonna do a series with Nicolas Cage playing.
Which is tight.
Yeah, it's perfect.
And I have a hard time understanding whether it's meant to be like a parody or a realistic interpretation or some hybrid of both. Because with Nick Cage, it could be all of the above.
Yeah. I mean,
I really want to bring the character to life. I want to add a little bit more. I don't want to be a person, okay? I want to be a dragon person. I want to like breathe fire. It's not bad, right?
no, that was pretty good,
Yeah.
actually. That was actually really good.
Thanks.
And then you got,
Hey, we're gonna talk about that in just 1 second, actually.
and then you got Kate McKinnon playing Carol Baskin.
Love Kate McKinnon so
Yeah,
much. I
I
think
love
you
her
got to
too.
pick her too.
Boom, right
it's
there.
not accurate.
I don't think so.
Because Kate McKinnon's kind of a fox,
Like,
and
kind
Carol
of. What do you mean, kind of?
Carol Baskins is a bit of
She's
a.
not.
She's a bit of a. Yeah, I'll just keep my comments
just
to myself. But
just stop.
she's
there.
not great.
Yes.
And
And then, speaking of Carol Baskin,
Carol, goddamn Baskin.
yeah, she was on Dancing with the Stars.
Told you.
What the hell?
First of all, this show sucks, just in general. Never liked Dancing with the Stars, thought it was a stupid idea from the jump. But I remember seeing the stars that are on this season, and I only recognized her, and there was like one other guy that I was like, oh yeah, the like hillbilly kid from Deliverance. And it's like, they're not stars. We've really lowered our standard for who's considered a star, because I had literally heard of her. Can you pull that? Do you have the list of the stars for this?
No, I don't have that.
It's a whole bunch of fucking nobodies, man.
But you know what I do have? This might come out really big and mess up our screen. I forgot to load it up, but I'm going to drop it on top. And
Drop on top.
during the middle of this whole mess,
Carol Baskin's husband's families. You want to be on the show? She was like, did you see the commercial?
yeah, look at this. Boom.
Yeah, Carol Baskin's dead husband, sardine oil covered dead husband family posted a fucking commercial about how he was missing, offering $100,000 reward, and they also just stone cold called her out and said like, is she involved?
Yeah, they're like, if you know if she's involved or not.
We'll give you $100,000.
Yes.
So
That's crazy. That was going on right before Carol Baskin went on to Dancing with the Stars.
And she found out like 3 minutes before she went on the air too that they were gonna do that. Like what? Who did that? Who was the fucking?
What's crazier? What's crazier is if she wasn't responsible, which the whole world thinks she's responsible. But if she wasn't responsible, how screwed up is that to like, hey, you're going on, here's your big moment, and then they're effing it up for you. But
I also think that she totally fucking did do it. And it's going to be even crazier that she did it, and then it's like, if she gets caught, they're going to be like, well, we did just film like a whole season of her doing the mambo. Like the season's shot if she gets busted.
Yeah.
They'll have to take it off the air and like issue a redaction and say like, oh, we didn't know.
In that case, does Dancing with the Stars get canceled?
I fucking hope so. It's trash. Such a dumb show. I'd
So
take the
weird.
Masked Singer over fucking Dancing with the Stars. Because like usually, okay, so like I can give a little bit of credit where credit is due. In some of the seasons, you see some people and you're like, oh, okay,
Hey,
maybe
he's a pretty good
maybe I
dancer.
do want to see Leonard Nimoy do the cha-cha.
Yeah.
But in this, it was just like, who the fuck are
Tommy Chong was pretty badass.
who the fuck are the first 11 people that they say are the stars? I was like, I have no fucking clue who these people are. And maybe I'm out of touch. Nope, it is the children that are wrong. Because
let's pull up.
yeah,
a list.
it's really bad. It's literally like Carol Baskins and then like Screech from Saved by the Bell, and those are the only two people that I recognize. I don't know who the other person is, but it's really terrible.
2020 cast. What do we got?
Read these names, and
Just give me a list,
I'll
guys.
give you $1 for every one that I recognize.
Oh, they gotta put this all. All right.
Oh, Nelly, that's the other one. It's Nelly,
No.
Nelly, and
Nelly's way too big for that show.
not anymore. Ever since he got busted texting on Microsoft Excel in his Kelly Rowland video. Did I ever tell you my fun Nelly story? Oh, dude, Nelly played Nacogdoches. And it was like, obviously, it's a bunch of shit kickers from fucking East Texas.
Yeah.
And it was like he was like pretty big at the time, like still pretty big. He comes and does this show, and everybody just keeps screaming at him to sing that country song that he did with Tim McGraw or whatever. And he Tim McGraw's not there. This is a Nelly tour. And so he finally just gets fed up with it, and he's like, you know what? Fuck this. And he quits mid-set, and he goes, fuck y'all, and fuck fuck, I don't even know how to say it. I'm never playing
Not gonna work here anymore.
Not gonna work here anymore. I'm never playing Nacogdoches ever again in my life. And he just fucked off. And it was really funny. That's my Nelly story. Enjoy.
So I found the list.
'Cause it's all in my hero.
Where'd it go? I had the list.
Oh well. That's all you need to know. Nelly and Carol Baskins are the only names on there. I'm telling you. You're gonna be like, it's Saturday Night Live with the guy that stood behind John Ritter in an episode of Three's Company. And you're just like, who? What? Why? I've never heard of any of these people.
Larry?
You'll see.
Larry was the neighbor on
Right.
Three's
I
Company.
was just saying, yeah.
You'll see.
You'll see.
That's a different show.
Now, Dwight. Yeah. So,
Jack.
Dancing with the Stars, bad cast, worst show. Hope
Yeah.
Carol Baskin gets caught for murdering her husband, and I hope the $100,000 reward goes to Joe Exotic, and he gets bailed out of prison with it.
Well, speaking of murder, check out the who's doing a little mockumentary thing. You can catch it on Twitter.
My near dear close personal friend.
Yeah, Andy Dick.
Who
Yes.
is playing Tiger Dick? Is that what it's called?
I think so.
Tiger Dick. It's pretty fucking spot on.
It's
Like
pretty
it's a
hilarious.
really good mock-up.
Yeah.
The catfish guy. Who's the catfish? Oh, the TV show Catfish. I don't watch that garbage. I don't take joy in other people's pain, so I don't watch shows like Catfish.
Yeah.
But apparently, I guess the host from Catfish, the dude with the salt and pepper hair.
Do you know what sounds good? Some catfish. I think I'm gonna go to the catfish parlor after this.
Damn.
What time is it? Damn, it's too late.
Yeah, I love Catfish Parlor. Speaking of too late, we're at hour 20. I think
Yeah,
we're
we're
right about
right.
there. So there's a little teaser for, I guess, Andy Dick's going to do a mini series
Yeah.
of his own, making fun of
Or
Tiger King.
Is it going to be a full-on show, or is he just doing fun videos on?
I think he's going to do a little mini series, like
Yeah.
on like a show.
Look it up. Look up Tiger King, Andy Dick,
teaser's
there's
fun.
a Twitter thing
The
that pops up.
teaser's
and
pretty
it's
funny.
Pretty hilarious. Yeah.
And then also his family is appealing to President Trump to pardon him for
Oh, that's right.
for organized murder.
Yeah, the Tiger King's family.
It's crazy because the dude from As I Lay Dying actually did put a hit out on his wife and got out of prison like 5 years later.
Yeah.
So I feel like this
Tiger King, I think
he got 25
to
20 something years.
something like that.
Feels pretty heavy-handed for in comparison because the other dude was like
I wonder if
caught dead to rights. Like the guy he hired to do the job was a cop and he got busted and then he went to prison and it was like life in prison and then he only did like 5 years and he got out.
Do you think if Carol Baskin ends up being guilty, do you think they'll be like, hey, we're gonna lighten your sentence, Tiger King, because she was a piece of garbage and
I don't know, man. What's it
do
called?
you get less of a sentence?
What's
for
it called?
attempting to
Organized.
kill
What's that charge? Is it like conspiracy to commit murder
or something like that?
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
gnarly. And then also just as a end cap,
End cap, our buddy Chris, which it's been CK Graphics, but he's rebranding right now. But if you need some artwork done, feel free to message me and I'll get you in touch with him. But he made this cool thing for us. So
Yeah.
thanks, Chris,
doesn't
for
that
doing
look
that.
professional?
Yeah, it's super. I'm gonna throw that on the. You sound like an ant.
Oh, it
Doesn't
looks.
that look
Doesn't that
professional, I
look?
think.
Isn't that
No,
special?
it's awesome. So
Church
Chris,
lady.
thanks for putting that together
Well,
for us.
isn't that
That
special?
We're gonna put that. We actually already have put that on Instagram, and we're gonna make that our profile pic. For a little
Yeah.
bit. So so that is super dope. And that's it, guys. It's about time to get the heck out of here.
Really burned
because,
through that one. Didn't feel like an hour 20.
No, it didn't. Not at all.
Yeah.
So so
Awesome. Thanks for
gang,
coming.
So do
Make
all
sure you
that
do all the
stuff.
crap.
Like, subscribe,
Share it. Post it.
Be sure to do all the
Tell
crap.
God.
Do all the crap.
Just do all this stuff. Click the button. Release the fucking happy chemicals
Yes.
in my brain for me. Special. Yeah, like us on YouTube. Follow us on Facebook, Instagram, Spotify, Apple Music, Not Tidal. I'm going to snub title every fucking chance I get. I don't know why I hate it so much, but it sounds stupid and I hate it. Good night, folks.
Later, gang.
Fucking see ya. Thanks a lot. Roll that
We
beautiful
are
bean
out.
footage. Wheedly, wheedly, wah.